Magicals! Okay, so how are you all doing with Mercury retrograde and we've got some more big planetary energy. I wish I had better news about that, but we've got a shitload of planetary energy still happening at the moment. And so I have decided that, well, I was called to do, I won't say I've decided, I was called to do a quick reading. I always say quick, let me rephrase that. I was called to do a reading today for the divine feminine, right? In terms of just general messages and what we need to know. As a divine feminine, now please understand that this is not about gender. We all have divine feminine within us, right? And at this point in time, it's in our best interest to be integrating our divine masculine and our divine feminine. But this is talking to the divine feminine side of us. We have been receiving an awful lot lately. Downloads, dreams, signs, signals, lessons, karma. Like it just feels like system overload. So what Kelso said to me was, we can do a little touch base today. We should do a little touch base today, is what he said, for the divine feminine. With that, I haven't done one of these for a while, and I do want to actually start doing a few more. We really are truly tapping into the energy of the divine feminine with the messages from Avalon. So I've got my Avalon Oracle deck that we're going to start with. I've got the messages from Avalon, and then I'm going to be using the B deck because I love it. It's such a beautiful, happy deck. Okay, next couple of days, just so you know, 29th, we have a full moon, but also we have, wait for it, drum roll, we have Saturn going into retrograde in Aries. So if you have any Aries placements, you might want to check out where those are, because this is going to affect those placements in your chart. But the really good news, this is the best news, I'm not joking, that I could have all week, is that Mercury goes direct tomorrow. I'm so excited. This Mercury retrograde has kicked my ass. I found out that I am a Mercury in Cancer as my, well, Mercury in Cancer is my chart ruler, and what the hell? What the hell? This Mercury in Cancer in retrograde, well, Mercury in retrograde in Cancer has been something to behold. I don't know many people have come out of this unscathed. So that is a little good heads up for, good things to come. Okay, so we're going to now look at, we're going to go into the energy of Avalon. I do just want to remind you when we're dealing with this, I know that not all of my followers, probably very few of you are Wiccan, but I've been doing a lot more research into Wiccan beliefs and faith. And what I want to say here is that it's so funny to me because most people will look at different religions that have multiple deities and they'll go, but they've got so many gods and they've got so many goddesses. So what I do want to talk to you about quickly when we look at the different goddesses and the different gods is that they are facets of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy. Okay. We place a name attachment to them because we need to emotionally connect with something in order for it to make sense to us, in order for us to be comfortable to work with it. And the emotional attachment comes from familiarity. So if something is familiar to us or it feels right, we will lean towards it. Okay. Unless you like me years ago when I thought red flags were a carnival. In that case, slightly different story. Please just forgive our beautiful Rox. She's outside today, our little trauma dog, and she's on paw patrol. So we all feel very safe. Okay, so in light of that, please understand that when we're looking at the different aspects of the goddesses, because I want to start doing more readings like this, I want to start going back into really looking at the aspects of the divine feminine and divine masculine over the next few weeks and months. So I just want you to please be aware of that. If you are not aware of it, the Hindi religion has a span of names for all the different goddesses and the different gods, but again, they are facets of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. They are attributes that we have labeled, for lack of a better word. Okay, all right, so let's get into this. I have already shuffled, talking about interesting. The divine feminine energy of Guinevere pops up as I split it. Ooh, and then I threw all the cards around. What happened? And here's one of my triple goddesses, Brigid. Two very beautiful divine feminines. Hold on, please hold your calls important to us. Okay. And interestingly, the card that fell is the other world. Rebirth, journey, everlasting, and ethereal. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to just do one more quick little shuffle over here, and then let's see what are the energies that we need to hear about, please. What does the divine feminine need to be accessing at this point in time, please? This is so interesting. Oh my god, and Guinevere's on the bottom of the deck, and look here, we've got the masculine and the feminine, Guinevere and King Arthur. Yeah, I'm going to say there's a big energy around here of the integration. I said to you earlier, just in this reading, that we need to integrate our energy. Sorry, just give me a sec. We're needing to integrate the energy of the divine masculine and divine feminine at this point in time in order for us to be grounded and to be stable, because because the feminine is, it's not to say that the masculine aspects are not doing the work. They're doing the shadow work and stuff like that. But for us, we are receiving, right, all of this energy. The feminine side is receiving an awful lot, which can become an overload. Integrating the two obviously creates balance. Now, here's the interesting thing. Very interesting. We have two masculine energies here, Lancelot, Guinevere, and the Sacred Union, which is basically the lovers for all intents and purposes. And you've got Guinevere under the deck. That's quite an interesting combination of cards, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so look, I kind of feel like the story here is going as it is. So Lancelot, I'm going to just read the little parts around here, is about chivalry, heroism, devotion, and romance. You've got the Sacred Union coming together, the male and the female, the masculine and feminine, sexuality, growth, fertility, vitality. And then you've got the Emperor energy of King Arthur, leadership, authority, justice, and power. I'm going to say to you, this is saying, in order to continue to be your own hero, right, you're needing to do the balance. This has to happen. She's lying flat down. She's tired. She's exhausted, right? We are needing to activate our masculine side to do the things that will bring us. So I was reading yesterday, and the thing is that there was a beautiful explanation for the energy of the divine feminine and the energy of the divine masculine. The divine feminine energy is spirit. It's our soul. It's our spirit, right? The masculine is the living aspect of us, the doing, right? The yang, that fiery energy. The feminine is water, soft flow. Emotion is spirit, it's energy, right? And it was such a beautiful way of explaining it. And it really does feel like this at the moment. It feels like we need to ground ourselves and get more into the 3D reality a little bit if we are feeling overwhelmed by what is happening in the spirit world. I have to tell you, like, a lot of us have been having seriously crazy dreams, like seriously like random dreams at the moment. And we say random, but we know that nothing is ever random. So I do feel like we are being required to make this balance, okay? Look at yourself and what parts of yourself, in terms of your divine masculine, where are you not showing up? Are you indecisive? Are you not taking action? Are you procrastinating? Okay, all of those energies are going to play against the divine masculine energy in you coming into some kind of space. So as much as we're needing to do the healing and you know, the spiritual side of work, they're saying you need to do the living as well. Do not neglect the living because of I almost want to say the healing. I have to tell you, I do want to say like the healing. Okay, Kelso, give us a message. What are we needing to know as the divine feminine? What can you tell us, please? Is this the wrong deck? No? Okay. The universe is saying I'm not stuttering. Death. Yeah, okay. I feel like there's one more card. I just missed the cards completely there as you were. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. The universe is kind of saying, I'm not stuttering. We've got the Lovers again, guys. Sacred Union. This one's called the Honeymoon. Okay. I'm going to say that I didn't expect this to be, but this could actually be, for those of you who are twin flames, who are wanting to come into union with your partners, this very well could be saying that this is the final stage of what needs to happen. You've got the Two of Wands. Okay. You've got the Two of Wands. You've got the Princess of Swords. You've got the Death card, and you've got the Ten of Wands. Okay. Now, here's the thing. The Two of Wands is about coming out of our comfort zones. It's about making plans. It's about trying to move forward. The Princess of Swords is about clarity and truth and the information that we have received. Using the information that we have received to move ourselves forward. Okay? They are asking us to make the changes and release the burdens that have encumbered us and that have kept us trapped. Now, here's the funny thing. I kind of feel like this is actually turning into a twin flame reading. I'm going to go with it. I will ask. Look, I think at the end of the day, union within ourselves is imperative. Whether we are a twin flame or not, whether you believe in twin flames or not, it's imperative, right? You've got the honeymoon and the Six of Pentacles. 6-6. Double six, right? This is saying that in order to gain balance, this merging has to happen. It has to happen. But it only happens when we release what's been holding us back. The Ten of Wands is cumbersome. It's all the stuff that we hold on to that we are not letting go of. So I want to say to you, the stuff that's been going on in terms of your dreams and signs and synchronicities, and understand that signs and synchronicities can be a conversation with your best friend. I was having brunch with my bestie the other day, and I've been stressed about the business and how I'm wanting to move forward, and I'd overwhelmed myself completely. And she said, but why are you doing that now? That's not the correct order of things. You should be. And that one split thing, because when we're in the woods, we can't see the forest, we can't see the woods for the trees. You can't see the wood for the trees when we're actually standing in the forest. That's a better way of saying it. Thank you, Kelso. And sometimes when you are the everything in your life, it becomes difficult for you to actually be able to decipher that. So they're saying here, take a step back, do your planning, have conversations, look at messages that are coming in, signs that are coming in, dreams, downloads. Take that information and formulate a plan to let it go. Okay, I can honestly say that after we had that conversation, I walked away and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I've been putting myself under so much pressure. And that one comment was like, oh, okay. So I'm going to say here that if you are a twin flame, I have to give the double message. I can't not. The union is inevitable at this point. It feels like it's really inevitable. Having drawn the sacred union and having Arthur, that's Emperor and Empress energy, come up. It's powerful. It's very powerful. The integration of our divine feminine and divine masculine is inevitable as well. It has to happen. How it happens and how easily it happens is going to be up to us. Okay. Right. So I just want to see here. What advice can you give us, please? How do we do this? What advice can you give us? So take it. It's not want to move. What advice can you give us, please? sorry, let me just shuffle this. This just feels a bit, I was told that these were definitely the cards, but they just, I think this is it. I think you're feeling stuck. I think that's the problem. I think there's a lot of energy of just feeling stuck and overwhelmed and not knowing which way to go, not knowing what to do. There we go. Shift your energy. One card. There we go. Where is it? God, it went flying so far I can't find it. Okay, please hold. Your call's important to us. Oh, gosh. Okay. The hermit took a little trip. He went on he took a gap here. Right, okay, so, yeah, you're stuck, right? This is saying to you, stuck. The advice here is stop overthinking. You are completely stuck and overwhelmed, right? You've got the Two of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and then you've got the King of Cups and the Three of Wands in reverse. So now we've got the Two of Wands upright saying, get out of your comfort zone, move it. You're sitting here with the Three of Wands in reverse going, I ain't going nowhere. Okay, the King of Cups in reverse is stuck energy. It's feeling our emotions are clogged. It's feeling like our systems are down. Remember, I said to you that the divine feminine energy is about emotion. It's about the spirit, where the divine masculine is about action and living. Right, that living essence against the spirit, not against, but opposite to the spirit energy. I'm going to say here, they're saying stop the overthinking and the overwhelm. The advice here is the card that came flying out is the Hermit. Take the time. Again, also, it comes back to this here where they're saying integrate the lessons that you've learned, integrate the information and the lessons that you've learned, and take some time. I had someone say to me, you can either do something, and I know this is not a new concept, right? But it really caught me the other day. You can either do something well or you can do it quickly, but very seldom can you do both at the same time. And I think that this is going to require patience. I also think that the King of Cups in reverse, right, is going to call on you to have some patience with yourself, because it's about opening up those emotions to yourself. He's upside down. And again, it's the masculine energy that needs to be balanced with the feminine energy. So where the feminine is overwhelmed, the masculine is shut off from it. He needs to take some of that on. He needs to open up. He needs to remove himself from reverse, go right side up, and then things start moving forward. The plans you're making will start moving forward. This seems like a bit of a weird, I'm not going to lie to you, this seems like a bit of a weird message. I can't lie. This is going to be a very specific message for somebody. But there is a lot of stuck energy out there at the moment. I can feel it. It's out there. It's tangible. My clients are saying, I'm just tired. I'm overwhelmed. This is saying you really do need to take charge of this. This is not something that's just going to pass. You need to muster up the energy and actually get to a point where you are balancing it. This dude really needs to take on some of the emotion that the feminine is having to field off. And until he is there, that it's just going to continue to be stuck energy. So they're saying, take the time, contemplate, meditate, journal, ground yourself. Whatever happens, ground yourself. I do want to say there's a full moon in this background here. And it's interesting because you've got this little, I don't know if you can see it there. It looks like a portal kind of vibe going on. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. You need to do this because we're in for a rocky couple of weeks coming up. And I say that with all the love in my heart, simply because we get into eclipse season in August. Not only do we have Saturn in retrograde, Neptune, Pluto, Mercury coming out. We've still got the post shadow though for 2 weeks, but at least it's not in retrograde. We've got a full moon in Aquarius on the 29th, the same day Saturn goes retrograde, full moon. And I'm starting to believe that that's kind of going to be the opening of the portal. We have the 8-8 portal, the Lionsgate portal coming up this month. There is a lot of energy. We also have that, I think there's a new moon. Is it the full moon or the new moon? I must just check that. I'm going to check up on the eclipses and all that. That starts solar eclipse. There is a lot of energy going on. Okay, I do think that this full moon is going to play a big part in opening up that portal. Be prepared for that. Ground yourself. Let the woes and things go, because I think what's coming in the next 6 months, I said this in one of the other readings, it's going to demand a lot of us, but I think the reward will be great. Remember that Jupiter's in Leo for a year now. And I do believe that the seeds that we've planted in Cancer, I don't know that we've necessarily been able to see the effect of them, simply based on the fact that we've been in Mercury retrograde at the same time Jupiter transited into Leo. But I do think they're there. So I think we need to just take a moment to catch our breaths here and, do what needs to be done. If you're in a twin flame situation, I'm going to say to you that the lack of integration between your inner divine masculine and divine feminine is going to be the blockage to union. So if you are following as a like a side note for twin flames, I do believe that is going to be a blockage. I do think that the masculine is needing to step into the more emotional side, the vulnerability, the releasing all of that, where the feminine is now needing to be more physical and grounded with everything that's been going on. Okay. Let's have a look here. So in terms of women who are talking about their divine masculine with this, let's take the twin flame thing out of it. What I mean by the opening up the emotions, what part of your life are you shut down with your emotions, and why? What needs to be healed there? What needs to be healed there? Yeah, let me see. Yeah. Let's have one more card. The union is going to take place, but it does require that I'm not being told it's not if, it's when. If. So that's the physical union. Yeah, there we go. That's the when. Under the deck is Three of Pentacles, collaboration, working together. It's interesting. I'm getting a weird message with this, so I'm going to go for it. The guy standing there, you can see there's masculine and feminine, and there's another soul here. I'm kind of getting like, let spirit lead you. Let spirit lead you. If you need to seek assistance from mentors and things like that, do it at this time. But it does feel very much like let spirit lead you. It's there for you. Okay, so we've got Two of Cups. Just saying. We've got the Five of Jars, the Four of Swords, Strength. So the Five of Jars and the Four of Swords, I do want to just say that these yellow daffodils on here, yellow daffodils are a spring flower normally, especially in Europe, and they are the signs of new beginnings. So again, we've got two cards of healing here. We've got the Four of Swords and we've got the Hermit, healing and meditation and contemplation, right? Just putting it out there gently in the corner. Five of Swords. So it's going to take courage. The Strength card comes up. It's going to take courage, and it's going to take forgiveness. Forgiveness of self. If it's a twin flame connection, I'm just doing a dual reading now because it's there. I can't not. And it's going to take time and patience and energy to get to the point that you need to be at, right? But walk this path. They're saying walk this path. The Five of Cups here is the regret. It's always that like crying over spilled milk. However, what you can see in front of her is that she's not looking behind. She's looking at the path ahead. Okay. So Kelso is saying the advice here for you, the final message here for you is walk the path. Do the work, walk the path. Again, Seven of Pentacles is saying have the patience, right? But also make sure that you're placing your energy where it is needed. So is the juice worth the squeeze? Spend the time working out where you're placing your energy, and is this really where it needs to be right now? Like I was doing with trying to launch my website and then something else straight afterwards. And she was like, no, that's not the order you should be doing it in. And I was like, oh, right. So from that point of view, when you have clarity, you are able to decipher the right way to go and the right healing and the right decision-making processes, right? Take the time. Take the time, because union. I want to say, for those who we are just talking about the internal masculine and feminine, right? I do want to say that the feeling that I get from this is just peace. It's peace. And I really don't care what anyone says. Your peace of mind is everything. If you do not have peace of mind, you are really and truly you're missing out, I want to say. And it's hard. I know that it's hard. I started this, I preempted this by saying, I'm doing this reading because. So I want to say that with everything that's come up, in order for us to succeed at this and to not feel overwhelmed and to just keep going, I do believe that we are needing to integrate in a big way now. Do not ignore. Look, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Most females, women, right, as a gender, tend to play a lot into their masculine side because there is so much that's required of us all the time. That doesn't mean that our feminine isn't tired, the divine feminine aspect of us isn't tired and overwhelmed at the moment. We are having sensory overload when it comes to spiritual stuff at the moment. So please make sure that you are aware of what's going on and how it's all playing out for you. Okay, so I just want to get some messages from Avalon, please. Any day now. Really? That's so funny. That one. I'm not sure which one that is, though. I think it was this one. I'm going to take those. Oh my god. Look at that. That's so bizarre. You've got Lancelot and King Arthur again. I'm going to take that. I don't think that that's a coincidence. Again, masculine energy. I don't know who that one is. I'm not going to lie. I feel like there's one more. Okay. Excalibur, the sword of truth. Right. So let's see what Avalon has to say to us. Excalibur says, be led by your own inner soul light. Healing and enlightenment are within. Okay, time for that. I don't know who that one is, but she's pretty. And this says, love yourself for the courage you've shown to arrive at your best version today. That's beautiful. Fill up from the healing waters of Mother Earth's sacred springs to connect to her heartbeat. Become as one energy. As one energy. We've been talking about the integration. I know this is talking about with Gaia, but when we work with Gaia, we are grounding Earth energy, right? So again, we're needing to ground in order to Lancelot. On your soul's journey, you need to lose yourself so you can find yourself again. Follow your dreams. Okay, the death rebirth card. Where is it? Please hold your calls important to us. This is like the strongest card you can possibly have about change of self. Arthur, be fierce, be brave, do things that challenge you, search for your own sacred grail. What did I say about having to take the courage? Strength card came up. Okay, so I actually kind of liked the reading. I know it was a little bit all over the place and different to what I normally do. I want to be starting to do more of these Avalon readings because I think it's important. I think we're needing to step into our energy spaces and being more aware of whether our masculine or our feminine are at play because obviously each side is required for different things and is needed for different things. But I'm sending you so much love today, guys. One more sleep. And Mercury stations direct. We've got this. We can do this. Rah, rah. If I had pom-poms, I would literally be shaking pom-poms today. But I'm sending you so much love. I hope that this helps you on some level. And I will catch up with you soon because there are a couple of readings that I'm wanting to do in the next couple of days to keep us on track. So, biggest loves. And I'll catch up with you really, really soon because we've got the full moon coming up soon. Big loves, guys.